Check it out, guys. I'm back in my video response to episode 261. And another fine episode by the Bliss there. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And packed with information. I might just center myself a little bit with this camera here. Really cool stuff. I had no idea that Larry Smith managed to interview so many people on that one trip. So that's pretty cool stuff. So let's get into it, guys. What is first here on my little list? I'll just highlight a few things of the episode. Let's start with Pipes. Pipes and his concert. The concert for Pipes, Super Suckers and Skinny Jim and the No. 9 Blacktops. Well, that's pretty cool that two of your favourite bands are in one concert. And I was thinking about what you said, PT, there, in relation to Pipes. You know, you're going to sit back and relax, enjoy it, or party hard. When I used to go to a lot of concerts, I don't go to very many gigs anymore, but man, I used to live for. So what I'm trying to say is I have envelopes full of tickets to gigs that I went. This is proof that I went to them. It's thousands of dollars spent seeing live bands. However, I had gotten that drunk that, oh my god, I cannot remember most of the concert, to be quite honest. So these days when I go to a gig, I might have one or two drinks and just enjoy the music, like really enjoy the music. The last gig I went to was Apocalyptica, and that was a really cool concert. I had 2 beers, just enjoyed it. You know, really found that when you're not off your face, you can enjoy the concert a lot more. Actually, a funny story, which I completely forgot. That's what happens when you drink a lot, kids. Don't waste your youth like I did and drink a lot of alcohol. Do not do it. Forget what you're going to say. You know? It's terrible. It's horrible. And actually, I do remember the story. I don't know if I've told this story before anyway. So, I think I have told this story before. I went to see Killswitch Engage, and they were playing at the dodgiest, crappiest, little, tiny, crappy place called the Forum in Fox Studios in Sydney. And so I got a ticket, went there. Anyway, I ran into another dude that I worked with, actually, who worked in a completely different department where I used to work. And he started buying drinks for me, and I had already thrown down 5 schooners. Schooners of beer. So I was well toasted. He started buying Red Bull and vodka. Alright, you know, I never ever in my life have I consumed Red Bull and vodka before. So I started hammering down these Red Bull and vodkas, you know, and I'm not a big guy, so I can't really put them away as much as other people can. So I'm enjoying the show. It was a pretty good show. The venue sucked and sounded like crap, but all in all, it was a good show. And they had Divine Heresy. I can't remember the other band's name. They're alright. What are they called? Anyway, so yeah, drinking, partying, having a good time. This is kind of all I remember. I'm sure much more went on. And on the way home, now this is really silly. Now, allegedly, I had to drive my friend's car because he passed out. He actually left midway through Killswitch Engage because he was so drunk. So I'm thinking, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. You know, I don't feel anything. So I'm driving. Allegedly. This is all hypothetical. Driving, and all of a sudden the Red Bull wears off and the alcohol hits me, like, dude, I gotta stop. This is just silly. So I think I literally got around the corner. That was it. Must have been driving for less than a minute, and pulled over, went to sleep in the car. But that's all I remember the whole night. I don't really remember much else, to be quite honest. So yeah, subdued, stay back. Because you're also saying, like, when you're recording as well, you can't really do that in Australia. You can at festivals, but like, I've sat there and I've recorded, you know, a couple of songs I like and that sort of thing, and you're just constantly worried about, is someone stepping in front of the lens? You know, can they hear me properly? Should I go over here to get a better angle? And then you've got to make sure you're holding it steady all the time. And it's just not a great experience if you're not in a good location to do that. If that's your job, then you go into these gigs for free, and you know you've got all access everywhere and that sort of thing. But yeah, as an onlooker, Pipes, I understand. It kind of takes the fun out of it sometimes. But anyway, back to you. So the yeah, Super Suckers and Skinny Jim. That should be a really cool concert. I really like Skinny Jim. I haven't really heard much of the Super Suckers. I do have the Horsepower CD that I won somehow on the Bliss. Can't remember how. Pappy sent it to me. That was really cool. And it's got some really cool driving songs. So a lot of them about cars as well. But yeah, that'd be a great gig. If only I was down the road and I could go there, because I so would. But yeah, let's talk about getting up there and jamming with your band. So I find that absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. To get up there like, yeah, so come up here and help us play a song. Like, no, you know, I must have left my my talents in my other car over there, so I'm sorry. Can't go home and get it now. But you know, I remember there was a gig I went to with this chick who was in love with this band, the Ataris, I think American or something, I can't remember. I can't stand them. I cannot stand their music. So they like raped Boys of Summer. So anyway, she's like, there's this one song, it's the best song, and they always ask someone to go up there and play it at the end. You know, it's like what they close the show out with, or their encore and so forth. So anyway, so we're there, and with all these little emo kids and everything running around, and they get to this song, and there's a guy, like, he's going mental, you know, he's moshing right at the front of the pit and everything, and they grab him, and they pull him on stage, and like, yeah, you play guitar. They put a guitar on him, and this guy plays guitar, like, oh, help us play this song. And so he's like going crazy, and then all of a sudden, it's like, sort of whispers in their ear, and he goes, oh, you don't know the song? Oh, he goes, oh, you guys will fuck it up. He goes, all right, just stand over there, and we'll get someone else to play it. And the guy standing there with the guitar in his hand is like, what the hell just happened? You know, at least he got to stand on the side of the stage. So yeah, they got one of the support acts to play the other guitar for the song, but that guy got out of it. So if you just go up there and act like you can't play, maybe they'll let you stand on the side of the stage so you can enjoy the show closer. But anyway, dude, Pipes, hope you have a fantastic time at that show. So what's next on my little list here? Let's just jump to the VPics. So the VPics are pretty cool innovation there. I'd heard about them, but I didn't actually know that they were made of plexiglass, or cast acrylic is what they're called. Now I've learnt that. And Larry did a fantastic job of interviewing on that. It's just, you know, you really got a lot out of Vinny, and he seemed like a genuine nice guy to talk to, and things just flowed. It was quite a lengthy interview. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed how he responded and everything. He really got into the questions, didn't he? It was cool. Having a look at these pics, maybe I'll venture out and try to get one day. I like how they state that you can't hear the pick noise. You can't hear the pick noise in it. That's one thing that annoyed me about. Well, I don't have a pick punch, but I got a pair of scissors, and I was tracing picks onto an old iTunes gift card, and I cut them out. I know, it's tight. So anyway, but there was a lot of pick noise with that. It's probably because the edges aren't beveled. But yeah, they look really, really interesting, and playing with something that thick, but if it glides over the strings and still gives it that power. I like what he said, you know, to get a nice fat tone, you've got to hit the guitar hard, which can get really fatiguing. But if you have a really heavy pick, then you don't have to hit it all that hard, because the pick's doing everything. It's got the volume and the weight in it just to do that anyway. I think that's a really, really cool and innovative idea. So I'll keep my eye out. Maybe I'll splurge for one day. You know. So yeah, but it's kind of interesting that he said he felt a bit awkward about selling them to begin with, and selling them as a business and that sort of thing. I know that feeling all too well. You know, I'm just an amateur when it comes to pedals and things like that, and basic electronics. And when people ask me if they want to buy things off, I'm just like, really? You want me to make something for you? Yeah. So I understand that, but I guess, you know, if you've got an idea out there that's really, really good, go for it, you know, because it makes other people happy. And to get your hands on one of those VPics, I think, with what people are saying about them, is pretty cool. I did like how he dropped that pick. So this is how you tell it. It's a nice, sturdy, you know, heavy pick, and that was pretty cool. Pretty cool there. So what is next on my little list here? So go through these in any order, not the actual order they were presented on the Bliss episode. But let's talk about the PV Power Slide. So the PV Power Slide, I remember Larry Smith talking about that and posting a few things that he's got, a few things on the forum about it as well. And he also used it in a couple of Bliss tracks. It's a very, very interesting looking guitar. I think it looks fantastic. It's like full 80s sort of hair metal slide guitar inspired, say hair metal, maybe, yeah, because of the color scheme. Inspired slide guitar. I think it's great. I wonder if you can play it standing up. That'd be interesting. Kind of a cross between a guitar and a slide guitar, but it's actually much cooler than a guitar because guitar because it has strings. But yeah, I think PT, if you're getting into that slide guitar, that's just the way to go. And for $199, that's amazing value. Amazing. You know, yeah, absolutely amazing value. $200. I mean, you buy pickups. Well, in Australia, pickups are $200 each for brand name pickups. That's ridiculous. You get a guitar for $200 and a decent one at that. You know? So I think that's great and something you should definitely check out. Like you were saying, your Christmases may come a little sooner. So let's have a look at what else is on my little list here. We have, I really should have written this down a little bit clearer, but anyway, probably just cut out then because my silly camera on this side right here, it only records for 20 minutes. Why? Why do you only do video for 20 minutes? Doesn't matter. There are no settings to change it. It's 20 minutes or 20 minutes, and then it just cuts out itself, which is silly. They advertise, oh, HD recording. But anyway, enough of my rant. Back to you and you. So, next I've got there on my list, let's talk about downsizing your gear. Now, I have thought about this as well. Just going to sort of one guitar, one amp, leaving it as that. Now, I'm no stranger to the one guitar thing. I'm no stranger at all to getting something where you have a guitar that you really like, it's the way it's made, the way you want it to, and that's all you play. Because since I've had my Benford guitar, I haven't touched my Ibanez RGs, really. I barely touched them. Of course, I play the acoustic, and that was the other thing that Good Point Pipes brought up, because I think that you really do need to at least have an acoustic as well, or at the very least have some type of piezo system in your electric to get that acoustic sound as well. And you guys are probably thinking that, because when you see my guitar, my Benford, like it's got, and he plays one pickup, bridge pickup, and that's true. I never go to the neck pickup on guitars, ever. This thing just get in the way. If I want a dark tone, I play with the EQ and that sort of thing. Now, I don't like tone controls on guitars because I think they sound like rubbish because they're not tuned properly. Except for when I had that Fender Telecaster. There's a Mexi Telecaster. That had a fantastic tone knob. But anyway, yeah, having just one sound in the guitar, it really depends, because you can do a lot with your outboard gear. When I say outboard gear, I mean anything coming out of the guitar. You can really do a lot with that. However, if you were to have one electric guitar, if I was to only have one, I am wondering if I would stick with my sort of tradition of just a bridge humbucker, screw the rest and that sort of thing, or if I would go sort of twin humbucker, middle pickup, middle single coil as well, coil splitting for each of the humbuckers, out of phase as well, piezos in the bridge, anything else I can sort of throw in there as well, boost circuit in there, things like that, because it's one guitar. However, I always believe that you should always get the best you can afford as well. And sometimes you need a variety of guitars because they're different tones, they feel different, they do different things and that sort of thing. But if you have a variety of cheaper guitars, maybe they're fantastic guitars and all that sort of thing, but in my experience there is a big difference between pro-level guitars and you know, mid-level or prosumer level guitars and that sort of thing, and cheapies. You know, there is a really, really big difference between how they feel, how they react, how all the construction of them, how everything comes together, fit and finish, how they last. You know, attention to detail, and just in general how they perform. There is a big difference, because some guitars are real rip-off at $6,000 or $7,000, but you are getting the craftsmanship in there. So to go to one, that's right, to sell everything and go to one guitar, that's a really interesting concept. I've thought about that many times. If I lived in an apartment or a small place, so I've got this whole house to myself. It's not a very big house. It's really small. I don't even have a garage, but I've got 3 bedrooms, and I'm the only one that lives here. Nobody else lives here, so I've got the luxury to have the room to have more guitars, which is what I've done with this room here. However, yeah, going to one guitar and one amp. So what would you get? I think if I was going to one amp, I'd want something to be super clean and could get super distorted at the same time. Or you could just do, you could get like a multi-effects unit, and just build your effects from there. But that's a really interesting concept. I wonder how many other people have really thought about, I'm just going to have one guitar, just one and one amplifier. I think I could do it. I could do it really well. I do enjoy the acoustic a lot, but I would probably get an electric. But then I say, like, it depends on where you are, because you're talking about downsizing on the blog, and downsizing is a big, big thing. You know, you've got to really think about what you need, what you have space for, what you would enjoy more. And if I lived in a small apartment, I probably would enjoy a really nice, because if I got a really, really, really nice Maton or Cole Clark, something like that, or one of those really expensive Ovations. I like the look of those, but I look like a midget next to them because they're massive. Or a nice Martin guitar. Sorry, Pappy, and a Taylor. I don't know a lot about acoustic guitars, so. But if I had just one really nice guitar, then yeah, actually, I would get a carbon fiber guitar. Some people hate the sound, but I love it. And they're not cheap. So, yeah, very interesting concept. I think you could do it. You know, could do it quite easily. I'm just repeating myself here, so I'm going to change the topic. Let's talk about I think that's about it. My little list here. Let's have a look at my list in front of me here. Yep, that's pretty much it that I've got to talk about here, because I'm taking way too long with this video, and I've got to do my grocery shopping. However, guys, let's talk about Clint Searcy's Zombie Gun song. That was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Clint put that together at like the last minute to put onto that Halloween album. It's Almost Halloween here, or all over the world, I should say. And yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it. I've never really understood that progression, that sort of, is that 12 bars blues progression, shows what I know about guitar theory. Where people can just take that sort of, that learning and experience, whatever you want to call it, that method, and just go nuts with it like that. And I think that's really cool. Like, Clint's got that type of talent where he can just come up with those songs and makes it sound cool. They sound really awesome. This is really good, guys. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for another fantastic episode. Oh, I just want to say thank you for the plug on these video responses here. Wouldn't be possible without the Bliss, but I do look forward to the episodes coming out. And I remember actually when they were weekly, editing these videos can be a little bit of a chore, but I just enjoyed it, because I really like to listen to the Bliss, and it does make you, it really makes you feel like you're doing a little bit more when you don't know any musicians and that sort of thing, or other guitar players. And yeah, so thanks, guys. But if anyone else is watching this out there in little YouTube land, guys, if you want to buy something off Amazon's, go to SixStringBliss.com first. I'll put the link in the description box below here, and go to their website and just click on the Amazon links on the right hand side, regardless of what are on those links, and then search for your product from there, and give the guys a little bit of cabbage in the process. Why not do it? It's just a click away. So if I ever buy anything off Amazon's, I'll do that. Not that I will, because I live in Australia, but hey, get some cheap stuff off there, and they got absolutely everything. I wish I could buy things off there without paying a fortune for postage and then the import taxes and duties and that sort of thing. Really wish I could. But anyway, guys, oh, and a quick hello to the 2 new people on the forum, which I've forgotten your names. There's a gentleman from Japan. I can't remember your name, sorry, and I don't want to click around too much because it gets annoying when you're doing a video. Don't like when people do that. But guys, welcome to the little community. It's a fantastic forum. There's some cool people on there. You won't find any type of sort of hostile environments with what you're talking about. You do every now and then. There was a guy that really shot me down for saying that carbon fiber picks, here's one that's actually carbon fiber. But I was talking about one that is nylon. Someone actually registered to all that trouble just to shoot me down. But my buddies from the Bliss stuck up for me, and yeah, that's the type of environment there is. So guys, welcome. Hope you stick around, and yeah, thanks again for the great podcast, guys, and I'll catch you next time.